So much, Coach. With limited number of left-sided centre backs in the country, how much of a blow is the inavailability of Rushin Dudley? That's my question.
I think there are enough centre backs, but what we see now, they are injured or don't have a passport. So I'm not really afraid not finding centre backs. But the only thing is, and I said it Thursday also when I announced the team, we need to find younger players, because little by little our team began to start being old. When you see the defenders, and that is all the defense, we only have players of 29, 30 and older. So that means that little by little we have to start to get some younger players in our team. And therefore those two guys here, and also Ndamane was also somebody, a young central defender. So, but yeah, when you don't have a passport, I can't call you up. So I thought for me a problem not to find them. They are there, but they have to be available, and that is the problem now for this moment. But we are strong enough with the defenders we have, so for me it's not a problem for the moment.
So I was Guten Bobodu from SABC, so I didn't know.
All right.
Okay. My name is Nigos Tole, SABC Sports/Bangalore FM. I know you addressed a little bit about the TS Galaxy player situation. From the club point of view, is that it was possible for the player to be here. The player would get a passport even today. Did you even reconsider, or the visa situation made you to just drop it aside?
You know, first of all, I know that the president or the chairman of TS Galaxy want more TS Galaxy players in the team, but they have to be available. So you see, when you call someone, you don't have a passport. Secondly, I think that players, when they are on the preliminary list, the first thing they have to look at after is, do I have a passport? Because there is it can be, there is an opportunity for them to be with the national team. You need to do everything, nearly everything, when there is a called up, even when you are on the preliminary list. So in that case of Ndamane, he knew already 14 days ago that maybe there was a possibility that he should be with the national team. So you don't have to look after if I have a passport or not the moment you are really called up. Just try to have one and be ready. So it's a pity for him, huh? He had an opportunity to be with the national team, and now it's because you don't have a passport. And you know, if you only will be in order with passport and with visa at the end of the week, yeah, I don't think that this is the right moment to call you. When you are here, you have to be ready for everything. And that was not the case with Ndamane.
Bonjour, Coach. Let's have our ADC times. I just want to ask you regarding Patrick Maswanganya. Will there be a replacement for him? And also, what are the reasons from the club for not opening up about his injury earlier?
From who?
About Patrick.
Percy. Percy.
Patrick, not Percy. Patrick Maswanganya, Coach.
Maxwani, yeah. If my information is right, he was injured already a Saturday at training or something, I don't know. So everybody knew that Patrick was with the national team. I think at that moment a little call and said, look, I'm injured, I can't play tomorrow, I can't be on the camp. That gives us more time to look for another player. So this morning, with all the other problems, we had to call him, and we are lucky that he's living here in Polokwane. Imagine that he has to come from Chipa or whatever. Then we have to wait that he will only be tomorrow here. So, yeah, a little bit more, how you call that, being occupied with the fact that your player can play or injured or not injured. Just give the information. They don't have to call me, call the doctor. I said, look, there's a problem with Patrick, blah, blah, blah. He's not ready for the camp. Okay. But then we have to wait. And yesterday evening, 7:30, I think, or 8 o'clock, I received a call from the team manager saying, oh no, Patrick is injured. Oh, he wasn't on the list of the players for the game of yesterday. We don't know. So just give information. What's wrong with giving information to a doctor? If they don't want to give it to me, call the doctor. It's so easy, and it helps us a lot when we knew it at the right moment.
Okay, Mr. James.
Coach, you've strived since you came here to have good relations with the clubs, with the players, with the teams. And it seems like the more you try, it's just like what you're talking about, no information. The reaction of the Tears Galaxy manager or owner gave this impression that it's not a big deal. But for you it must be. How frustrating has it been for you to try and just be professional and get professional relationships back?
You know, club owners or chairmen or whatever, when the player is ready, I will call him. If it's from Shippa, from Polokwane, from Sundowns, from whatever, that is one. Secondly, it will only be me who will choose who is the national team. And you can tell what you want 100 times in a paper, in a newspaper or radio or television or whatever. If I don't want to call up the player, I will not call him up. They are here because they deserve it. Not because one or another journalist or chairman or whatever wants that they are with the national team. No. And I think I'm 4 years here that everybody knows that I don't listen to all those things. I just do what I want and I just choose who I want. So stop with telling that those people deserve to be in the team or there has to be more players of that club. Stop with that. They will be there when they deserve it.
Michael Makongo from SABC. These last minute changes that just make in your team, could it have an impact in your preparation?
Sorry, I didn't understand it.
The last minute changes, replacement, you made replacement of some due to the other one did not have passport, injuries and other things. In terms of the preparation, do you think it could have any negative impact in your preparation?
It says the changes.
Yeah, for the first part, whatever.
And then it says that it will have an impact on your preparations for the two
No. You know, those things can happen. But for me, I can't understand that when a player is on the preliminary list of the national team, that he don't immediately is not going to look is my passport not expired if you have one, or if I have. I can't understand that. Everybody wants to be with the national team, I think. So try to be in order. But okay, he's not there, we take another one. So when it's not now that my preparation is totally ruined, no, those things can happen. A player can be injured. Maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow there's a player who had an injury on training. Those are normal things. But you have to know it on time. So when it happens, okay, he can't be with the camp. Go. What's wrong with that? Why waiting another day? So I will not tell you now that, oh yes, my preparation is totally ruined because, no, those are things can happen and nobody can do something about that except the passport. But what can you do if a player is injured? Those are the things that happened and it's up to me then to have someone else. And that's why we have that preliminary list. So we put nearly on every position 3 players, and we see, okay, this one can't, okay, we take another one. But it doesn't influence my preparation. No, not at all.
Yeah, my question to Tabo, please.
No, the players first finish the coach.
Okay,
then
alright,
the
alright,
coach.
okay,
Yeah.
right.
So we're gonna move these mics around.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
start here and then you.
Thank you. My name is Nati from the from Coach. What impressed you about Taho there so that you had to call him? And then the second part, just your message to the fans who will be attending the game and just to encourage them to buy more tickets so they can back the team.
You know, it's simple, eh? It's the performances. Yeah. When I see him playing with Stellenbosch, when I see him playing with Polokwane, and then you say, okay, those guys have talent, those guys deserve to be with the national team. The only problem now is a little bit that you can't call 6 young players because you play a qualification World Cup. I don't have the opportunity to put them immediately in the team. Because imagine that they don't play good and you lose the game. So the fact that they're already with us is already good for them. And I watch them now on training. I will see how they behave in the group. Those are things that are important for me. So, but why you choose someone is because it's his performances. And that's why they are here. He's a good defender. He's a good midfielder. So you see that in the game. But the only thing now, and that's for every player, is he good enough to achieve the level of the national team? We can see already a little thing of a little bit during the trainings. And I said it a few days ago, in June, they will get the chance to play because they are friendly games. We lose them. But then they will really have the chance to play. And that will be, for me, will be a very good moment to judge them and to see, okay, this one, no, okay, this one for the next. And it's a little bit difficult now for those guys to show really what they can, okay, on training. But it's very difficult to put them already from the beginning in a game and said, okay, I put this one and this one out, and Tabo will play and he will play in the midfield. Okay, maybe during the game it can happen, but you play qualification World Cup for the moment. And again, the performances in the club is very important for me. And it's not one performance. So we follow them like we follow 40 players every weekend.
Okay, one last question for the coach.
Coach, when you talk about Vusalimoi, by the way, from Capricorn FM, when you talk about watching the players over weekends, looking from the past weekend, would you say despite the results from each team, would you say there's an added confidence heading into the two matches that we're going to?
You mean the players of Sundowns and Pirates?
Not only those two, but all the players domestically that are in the squad. Looking at
You know, I don't really. I look certainly. I look at the last game before the camp, but this is not decisive. This is not. Oh, this one's played bad. Oh, this one no. I know yesterday confrontation between those two clubs, Sundowns and Pirates. It was not the right moment for such a game. But it's not because Pirates won that tomorrow or next Friday all the players from Pirates will be in, and those from Sundowns, because maybe they get a mental tick, they will not in the team. It is not like that. I will make my team what I think it is the best team. And the only thing I'm happy for is that, okay, the game was intense, it was an important game, but there was nothing happening between players. Because sometimes it's so intense and there are troubles, and that should have been not good. But you see now, when you see the players, they are with the national team now. So club importances and that doesn't count. I see on table players with Sundowns and Pirates are laughing at each other. That was yesterday. So everything is focused now on the next 10 days.
Okay, then you can ask your questions to the players.
So not so difficult questions anymore for those guys, please.